Have you ever driven up to a gas station at night and thought it was closed for business? You know, those few lonely pumps with a single flickering light over them that just looks like something out of a horror movie. Well, today we be telling you about a gas station that no one can leave once they enter. So buckle your seatbelts because this one hurts. If you want to hear more stories like this one, stay tuned for more content. Let's get into it. There are many different types of gas stations out there. There are some where you have to go inside to pay for your gas before you pump it. There are some where you pay at the pump, but you still have to get out of your car. And then there are those old-fashioned ones where you pull up to the pump, hand the attendant your money, and then he manually pumps your gas for you. Some gas stations even have car washes attached to them, which if you've ever been to one, you know you can never get through without getting completely soaked. But there is one type of gas station that people try to avoid at all costs. Those are the ones where no one can leave once they pull in. This may sound like an exaggeration, but believe it or not, there is a gas station somewhere out there where every single person who has tried to leave has died. Welcome to the most cursed gas station in the world. It's located deep within the woods in a place called Brown County, Indiana. The nearest big city is Indianapolis, which is about 45 minutes away. If you're driving through the woods and your car starts to get low on gas, you might come across a little crossroads. There will be a road going north and a road going south. In the middle of the intersection will be a small gas station with 3 pumps and an old wooden sign that creaks in the wind. If you decide to pull in, you'll notice that there is a rusted chain blocking the entrance to the station. You'll assume that it's closed, but then you'll realize that your gas light is flashing and that you don't really have a choice. So you'll get out of your car and start pumping your gas. As soon as the last of your gas finishes pumping, you'll feel a sudden sense of dread come over you. It's at this moment that you look up and realize that the roads going north and south are now blocked by fog. The only way out is the way that you came in. But when you turn around to go back, you see that the entrance is now blocked by the same rusty chain that was there before. At this point, you'll probably laugh it off and try to break the chain, but it won't budge. No matter how much force you put on it, it seems almost supernatural. That's when the whispers start. You'll hear voices coming from all around you. They seem to be coming from inside the trees, but you can't make out what they're saying. As you're trying to find the source of the voices, you'll feel something brush against your leg. You'll turn around, but there is nothing there. Then you'll see a dark figure standing at the edge of your vision. When you turn to face it, it's gone. That's when you realize that you're not alone. Something evil is stalking you. You'll run as fast as you can to your car and jump inside. As you lock the doors, you'll swear that you saw the dark figure standing outside the car watching you. You'll slam your foot down on the gas pedal and speed out of there, almost hitting the trees. When you finally make it past the fog and reach the main road, you'll never look back. From that day on, you'll tell everyone about what happened to you at that gas station, but no one will believe you. And that's why people call it the most cursed gas station in the world. This story is not made up. It actually happened to me while I was driving through Indiana. I was driving home from college, and I got lost because I decided to take a shortcut through the woods. Next thing I know, I'm driving down this tiny country road and I see a sign that says Brown County, Indiana. I pulled into the town and I started asking people for directions, but everyone I asked either did speak English or just stared at me awkwardly and then walked away. I didn't know it at the time, but I had entered the twilight zone. I ended up on this dirt road that had barely been paved, and after a few miles, my car started sputtering. I pulled off to the side of the road, and I realized that I was out of gas. Luckily, I saw a gas station in the distance, so I started walking towards it. As I approached the pumps, I noticed that there was a rusty chain blocking the entrance. But since I had no other choice, I walked behind the pump and tried to unhook the chain, but it wouldn't budge. That's when I heard the whispers start. I turned around and I saw this old man walking towards me. He was hunched over and his face was covered in wrinkles. All I could see were these 2 glowing red eyes staring back at me. Before I could say anything, he grabbed my shoulder and he started shaking me violently. His grip was like iron and I couldn't get him off me. Then he opened his mouth and he started speaking in this guttural voice. All I remember is him saying over and over again, "You shouldn't have come here. You shouldn't have come here." That's when I started running. I don't remember how long I ran for, but eventually, I made it back to my car. I jumped in and I slammed the door shut. I could hear the old man screaming at me to get out of his gas station. But I refused. I sat there for hours until the sun came up and the road in front of me cleared up. When I finally got home, I told my family everything that had happened. But they just laughed and said that I was making it up. They said that there was no way that I had stumbled into another dimension, but I knew what I had seen. And if you ever get lost in the woods, just make sure you watch out for the cursed gas station. So let's take a step back and think about what just happened. I was driving through the woods and I came across a creepy gas station. I couldn't leave because there was a chain blocking the entrance and the roads were blocked by fog. Then I started hearing whispers and I saw a dark figure standing in the trees. I got so scared that I ran to my car and drove away as fast as I could. But the weirdest part of it all is that none of that happened. You see, I made all of that up. I wanted to see if you would believe me if I told you that I had entered the Twilight Zone and met a creepy old man at a gas station. But instead of scaring you, it seems like I just bored you. I guess that means that I'm not very good at this whole storytelling thing. But don't worry, I have a backup plan. Since you didn't believe my story, I'm going to infect you with a virus that will make you hallucinate. You'll see all sorts of terrifying things, like alligators playing poker, trees with faces carved into them, and a giant spider made out of yarn. Then I'll come back and ask you if you want to hear another scary story, and hopefully you'll be too scared to say yes. Now, before you try to escape, let me just say that I'm not actually going to hurt you. I was just testing you to see if you were a true fan. If you made it this far into the video without clicking off, then I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm not really a mad scientist. I'm just a guy who likes to make videos. I needed some help with my channel, so I reached out to some friends and they agreed to spread the word about my work. So if you're still watching, then you're probably wondering what happens now. Well, I'm glad you asked. You see, my friends told me that if I could get 100 subscribers, then they would promote my content on their channels. I promised them that if I reached that goal, I would tell them anything they wanted to know. So here's your chance. Ask me anything, and I'll answer any question you have. Also, if you want to hear more crazy stories like the one I just told you, then click the subscribe button. I promise you won't regret it. But please don't click the thanks button unless you want me to keep you trapped forever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.